This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, I'm Ray Abbas, and I work with the Resilient Families Program. Today, I want to go over a couple of ways to help you with your job search. And the primary reason that I wanted to cover this topic today was because those of you that are receiving unemployment will have to start showing the jobs that you're applying for when you do your weekly certifications. So this is a change, and this change will begin with the week starting on September the 27th. So when you do your weekly certification, the first part of October, and it's for the week of September the 27th, it will require you to show the job search activities and the jobs that you are applying for during the week. Again, that's the week that starts on September the 27th. If you're not on unemployment, but you're job searching, I feel like these job search instructions can still be really helpful to you. So let's begin. We're on Jobs4TN.gov, and as you can see, that's jobs and the number 4 tn.gov. If you're on unemployment, you're pretty familiar with this. However, if you aren't and you don't have a Jobs4TN account, I would certainly suggest that you get one. I think it can really enhance your job search. And if you don't have an account, let me just take a moment and I can show you how you would begin to set one up. And I'm not going to go through all these steps, but I do want to just show you a couple things. So you would click on register below username and password. You go down and click on register. Once it comes up, you'll scroll down to create a user account. So it's option number 3, create a user account, and you'll go to individual, and you'll just click on individual. It will go through some standard language that you'll, browse and hit I agree, privacy agreement. You'll hit I agree. And then it'll begin the process of setting up your account. The very first question it's going to ask you is, are you setting up this account to file unemployment? If you're not, then just click on no and move on to the next pages where it'll get your basic information and set up your profile. So that's how you would, that's what you would do if you did not have a Jobs4TN account. That's how you begin to set one up. All right, so I'm going to go back to the home page. And I'm going to log into my pretend account so I can show you a couple of things. All right, so now we are at our dashboard. So from our dashboard, if you look to the left-hand side where all your menu bars are, you go to the left-hand side and you click on job search. It will begin, generally it defaults with Knox County, Tennessee. So if you are only looking for positions in Knox County, you can simply leave that as it is. Let's say you wanted to change that up. You can click on Knox County and it'll open up it'll expand the box, and you can go to area type, and you can change the county. You can, if you hit state, you can search the entire state. If you hit city, you can change it and put just Knoxville. You have a couple of options. If you put MSA, Metropolitan Statistical Area, that would be something you might consider doing if you would be willing to work in, say, Blount County or Union County, one of the counties that just directly surrounds Knox County, because the Metropolitan Statistical Area will include some of those other counties. So just to let you know, if you wanted to make a change to the area, you can do that. But let's say if you didn't, once it comes up as Knox County, Tennessee, all you have to do is just hit search. And what it'll do is it will show the first 200 jobs that are listed in Knox County. Now, this would be considered like the broadest search you could do, because this is going to provide you with jobs and several, positions that may or may not be at all linked to what you'd be interested in doing. As you can see just from this first grouping, anywhere from a sales associate at Sherwin-Williams to a fiber optic technician here at the top with KUB. So when you do a broad search by just putting in Knox County, you are going to get a number of different positions, many of which you'd be qualified for, many of which you wouldn't be. So, if I speak to a lot of job searchers, many of them say that right now they're open to just any type of position that they can apply for and hopefully obtain. So if that's the case, a really broad search such as this one might be a valuable way to go about it. So there's, and as I said, it shows you 200 jobs right off the bat, and those 200 jobs have 512 positions. So basically what that means is some of the jobs that are listed are hiring more than one in that certain job title with that company. So, just by simply leaving it Knox County and clicking on search, there are 512 positions that immediately pop up. All right, so now let's go back to our first page. Okay, so now let's say that we want to be more specific. So if we put in, I'm going to just use a couple of different examples of jobs. So if we put in CNA, one thing I want to point out is, see, as I'm typing in CNA, and I purposely type it in slowly because I want to give it a chance to show me the drop-down box. So the drop-down box shows me certified nursing assistant, 5 jobs. Then it has a different category that shows certified nursing assistant full-time, 4 jobs. It sometimes depends on how the employer categorizes it, how exactly it will show it. But I think it's important to notice that, because you may want to, after doing one keyword search, you might want to go back and click on a different one to see if it gives you different results. I'm going to click on the very first one, but I want you to notice how there's another one right there. There's another one there. Here's one that says certified CNA private duty. Here's one that says certified nursing assistant part-time. Another one that says certified nursing assistant float. And so you may want to take a look at that and see there's more. Certified nursing surgery, orthopedic med. So there's several different ones, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the top one and hit search and take a look at what it shows me. Okay, so it's showing me says it's got showing me 72 jobs, and that represents 1,070 positions. So as we go down, you can see the positions that it has listed for a certified nursing assistant. Several of them look like there's 2 for Covenant Health. There's another one. So there's several right off the bat that have been posted. If you can see here on the left hand side, it shows you when this job was posted. So that was 9/14, which was just a couple of days before we recorded this. And there's some that are 9/15, and then there's a way for them to put theirs at the top. So even though this was posted way back in March, it still is showing at the top there. All right, so that's a way to do some specific job searches. Let's do one more. Let's just do customer service representative. You can see I was about to type customer service representative, and the job is the job title is just right here, so I can just click on it, hit search, and it shows me 194 jobs listed under customer service representative. Now, customer service representative is a very broad term. Lots of businesses use it for several different types of positions. So you can see all the customer service jobs that it has currently listed. Let's go back to the top, and I'm going to show you something. Let me click on one of the job titles to give you an idea of what it might look like. Okay, so I'm going to click on customer service representative. This is a position with Sitel. And once you click on it, what it'll do is it will give you more information. Most importantly, it will give you more of the job description, so you can see what exactly the job will require. So you can see, and with these positions, the employers, it's up to them how much information they provide. Some of them provide lots of information, some of them not so much. With Sitel, I mean, they're showing you even down here, if you can see here, it shows you the wages, 13 an hour, talks to you about shifts, as well as what kind of benefits that they have. Unfortunately, not all employers provide that much information, but many do, and so it gives you an opportunity to determine whether that's the right job for you. If you're interested in applying for the position, you would just click on how to apply. Once you've done that, it will either direct you to the employer's website, or in some cases, you can apply directly on Jobs4TN. So it will depend on the position, how it will tell you to apply. But once you click on how to apply, it will give you the instructions on exactly how to apply. When you're done looking at that, let's say you've looked at it, it's not really something that you're interested in. All you have to do is go right back up here where it says return to list of jobs. Click on list of jobs, and it'll take you right back to the list that you were looking at. So you can just continue down the list looking at the other positions that you have in for a customer service representative. All right, so that's the first little tip on job searching. The other one that I wanted to show you was a virtual recruiter. Okay, so to get to a virtual recruiter, you go to Job Seeker Services. Here's something I don't like a lot about Jobs4TN. They're drop-down boxes. So in order to see the whole drop-down box, we're going to have to scroll down a little bit. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to go to the left-hand side to Job Seeker Services. We're going to go down, and then we're going to go to the bottom here of Job Seeker Services, and we're going to click on Virtual Recruiter. Okay, so let me explain briefly what a virtual recruiter is. Basically, what you're doing is you're telling the system, you're telling Jobs4TN what types of positions that you're interested in. And essentially, you're saving that job search and creating an alert. So Jobs4TN will alert you when a position that you might be interested in becomes new in the system. So that way, if a business one day puts in a customer service job that you'd be interested in, maybe you're not looking in the system that day, but it'll create an alert and alert you to the fact that a new customer service job has just come available. So briefly, I'm going to just show you how to do that. So you would just create a new, as you can see, there's 0 virtual recruiters right now. I don't have any in here. So we're going to create new job alert. And we're going to go back to our old faithful job description, and I'm just going to go ahead and put customer service representative in here. We're going to go back to it, hit search. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is exactly the job search I just showed you a moment ago. Okay, so here's where the virtual recruiter portion comes in. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the page, and it says save search. Okay, so I'm going to hit save search and give it the information for the actual virtual recruiter. So I'm going to name this virtual recruiter alert. I want to be really specific, so when I get my messages, I know which alert it is. So I'm going to name this alert customer service representative. I'll just say rep. All right, so customer service rep. All right, how often do I want them to run this recruiter alert? You can do it as often as you want. You want to get a daily, if you want to get daily messages, you can get daily messages. Frankly, if you're job searching, I would suggest you probably do it on a daily basis. So then that way, as soon as a new job comes available, you can apply for it. All right, notification method. How are they going to notify you? Now, let me explain this. Message Center, that is an internal email. So the only way you're going to get the messages from the message center is if you're logged in to Jobs4TN. So I would suggest that you also check email. So then these alerts go to your actual email account and not just to Jobs4TN. All right, it gives you an option to send an email even when there are no jobs found. I'm not sure why you'd want that. I guess if you just wanted to make sure that you didn't miss anything, you could send an email that would essentially say there were no new jobs found today. And then you can put the expiration date. I think the system automatically puts in 3 months. You can leave it 3 months. You can make it, shorter if you wanted to do it 1 month at a time, or you could certainly make it longer if you wanted to. All right, so if you go down here, it tells you that they're going to search the keywords customer, service, and representative. And how they're going to search. They're going to look through the job title, the job description. If they find those words in there, then they're going to send you an alert. All right. And then all you'd have to do at that point is hit save, which since this is not a real account, I'm not going to hit save. But you'd hit save and it would create your virtual recruiter alert. All right, so I hope these have been helpful. For those of you that are on unemployment, some of these activities that you do in Jobs4TN will automatically show up as part of your job search. However, other job searching activities that you do, you may have to manually type them into the system. So keep that in mind. When you're doing your weekly certification, it should prompt you to list your job search activities. Some will already be in there if you applied for jobs directly through Jobs4TN, but then there will be other cases where if you applied for a job that you saw on a different website, or you applied for a job that you saw as you were out shopping and you saw some jobs that were available, those you will have to manually put in the system as you're doing your weekly certification. So, all right, well, that concludes the job search tips. I want to cover a couple of actual job leads that have come to our attention that I wanted to pass on. Now, please keep in mind, we're recording this on September the 17th. So if you're listening to this several weeks later, these job leads may not still be available. So, so please, keep that in mind. So I'm going to run through a couple. I've got 5 listings here that I want to bring to your attention. The first one is West Rock, and they're looking for some general helpers and assembly line leaders. Their starting pay is $15.75 an hour. And if you're interested in applying, you can just go to westrock.com. That's just westrock.com. Go on there and search out on their page where it shows the job opportunities. Hertz is looking for some branch manager trainees. They don't provide a whole lot of information, but you can go to Hertz, which is HERTZ.jobs. Go on that website, search out positions in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it'll give you a little bit more information on their branch manager trainee positions. University Physicians Association has 39 positions available. Some require specific healthcare training, like being a medical assistant or a nursing assistant, or in some cases even advanced healthcare types of training. But others are office positions, customer service positions. So they have out of those 39 positions, there's an array of different types of positions. So if you're interested in those positions, you can just go to upasolutions.com. That's upasolutions.com. The last two, the Knox County government is looking for a couple of administrative positions and some positions in solid waste and parks and recreation. So if you go to knoxcounty.org/HR/employment, you can see the positions that are available. Again, that's knoxcounty.org/HR/employment. If you just go to knoxcounty.org, you can also find the link there for HR. And the last one is Cat Bus. Cat Bus is looking for drivers and people to help clean the facility and clean the buses. And you can go to catbus.com/jobs. So that's catbus, KATBUS.com/jobs. And you can take a look at the positions, the driver positions and the cleaning positions that they have available. All right, well, good luck with your job search. If you need any additional assistance or you missed any of the websites for the positions that I just listed, please call your case manager and ask them for some assistance. Otherwise, we are done. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.